But then you find out this, and I want you to hear me. A job is something you choose. A calling is something for which you are chosen. A job is something for which you choose. A calling is something for which you are chosen. Let me give you an example. We have 5 grandchildren. I love them, but they exhaust me. By the end of the day, I've put out more energy than in preaching 5 sermons. And I'll tell you what happened. Our oldest is Jude. He's a philosopher. He'll talk philosophy with you. But Jude was running around our house one day. He was about 5 at that time, tearing around the corner, yelling at the top of his lungs, pretending he was in a war or something. And I just watched him. I said, what kind of vitamins does this guy have, you know? So he's running around the corner, and as he's taking one corner, he stubs his toe. And he falls, and he is screaming blue murder. So I picked him up. I said, you know, Jude, you don't run like that. You were running like crazy around the house. So my wife came, picked him up, put him on the counter, and started kissing his toes. I said, boy, I feel really good now. I'm giving him a lecture. She's giving him love. And they call me the apologist. I watched what she did. And you know what she did? She was doing her calling. She was Nana, his grandmother. She was a mother. A calling is something for which you are chosen. It's a natural thing when you are chosen. I was raised for dialogue and speaking. My wife was raised for loving and nurturing, and she does a marvelous job at doing just that. No calling is superior to the other. Let every person abide in the calling wherein they are called. God has placed you where He has placed you by design. There are only 2 kinds of calling: sacred and profane, not sacred and secular. You're not in secular work. Nobody, no Christian is in secular work. Secular means this worldly. Seculum, God is locked out. If you're an engineer, your calling is a sacred calling. If you're building roads, your calling is a sacred calling. If you're a doctor, your calling is a sacred calling. I'm a preacher, my calling is a sacred calling.